Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin breaking below 42.7k. So I thought I'll do another extra update video, which I normally wouldn't do at this time, but I was still awake. So I thought, look, Bitcoin is dropping below that very important support level and it has an impact. As I said, when we break below that 42.7k level, then you see a fairly significant move down, and we're already at 42.3k now, and it looks like that move down is now done. We have moved down too far to go back easily, and we can take a look at that in a minute on the Bitcoin chart. But yeah, this is dragging a lot of the altcoins down as well. Some people say this is now related to the S&P 500 that is going down. The futures are going down today as well. However, and the tendency is correct, yeah. So Bitcoin, as we know, the markets are sort of related. In my opinion, that is coincidence that they move together. They haven't always moved together, and I think at some point they will decouple themselves from each other as well, because all markets move in their own waves. They are to a degree related, and sometimes they are, but this is more of a coincidence and doesn't always take place, and at some point they will decouple. But you can see today we have the S&P 500 moving down as well, but not that much, to be honest. And we were already lower, but when we were lower here on the S&P 500, Bitcoin was actually higher. So you can see the relation is there to a degree, but only to a degree. Yeah, not really. Not really anything major where I would normally say, right, because the S&P is going down, Bitcoin is going down as well. It's worth to have it in mind, but it's not necessarily the root cause or the reason for this. We can see the price dropping, as I said, below that 42.7k level. Already talked about this bearish flag that eventually broke to the downside. This is the 1 hour chart now. Had the bear flag on the chart, broke down, moved up again. Yeah, so basically this was a fake out, but then eventually we moved down. We have so far not really retested that 42.7k. So we have just now, last hour, actually broken it, and we are on our way down. And I can only reinforce that I think the next support level will be here, this 41.7k level. This is the 50-day moving average, and I think there we are going to find some support before we, I think, are going to drop lower. I mean, we need to bear in mind the prices are very dynamic. So when you're just breaking a level, it can easily also just be a fake out. So we saw that fake out. Where was it? Up here when we moved above 45.8k. Yeah, we moved higher, but again, this was the level where I expected more significant upside. But I think now more and more, especially as we're dropping below 42.7k again, that all of this was just an exaggerated wave 4. Yeah, it came up a little bit higher than a wave 4 would normally do it, but maybe this was just the wave 4. It's not invalidated because it moved higher. No, it's still a possible wave 4. It's a bit too early now to change my scenario again, that I say, right, we're now going down straight away. I don't want to just swap it around again. We'll keep observing it for the next few hours and maybe tomorrow and see where we are tomorrow morning. But yeah, it's certainly an interesting level, and that drop, as I said, for now, and there are clear rules, so this now invalidates that immediate uptrending scenario that I showed you in the previous video. This is the one where I said if we drop below 42.7, it will get invalidated, and in this scenario then this uptrend like that is not possible anymore. So this was still possible in a wave B, in a larger wave B, to come up here, and we were in this scenario we would have been in a wave C, because a wave B again consists of an A, B, C. This was the last wave, the C wave. The C wave is impulsive. It consists of 5 waves, but again, in an impulsive wave, the wave 4 cannot get into the price range of the wave 1, because it did that. It did come too low. You can see that came too low, that wave 4. Because that happened, now with Bitcoin dropping below 42.7k fairly clearly, yeah, that scenario is now invalidated, and we would need to see how we could, in an uptrending scenario, that, you know, we could make that still possible, sort of, in a way, probably. But I would really need to look into it in detail, and as the moment not very motivated to do it, especially as we dropped just below that 42.7k level. Now, if Bitcoin finds support here and moves up again, it's lucky. Yeah, we have only now, let's take a look at where we are here in terms of the confirmations. 1 second, where are we? So this is the 1 hour chart only. So let's take a look at the 4 hour, but I also mentioned in the previous videos what is coming down here looks fairly impulsive. Correction up, impulse down. Just looks much more powerful what's coming down. On the 4 hour chart you can see it much more clearly how strong we came down here. Just a correction and we move down again stronger. The previous video I already showed you that the MACD was already turning around again to the downside on the 4 hour chart. Certainly not a bullish sign, especially if you only get one green bar and then you're turning around again. Not a bullish sign. So what did I actually want to do? What did I want to do? Oh yeah, confirmation. So yeah, I mean, here it's looking like that the previous 4 hour candle did obviously not close below the 42.7k. We are now in the 4 hour candle. That will close in half an hour. And if also the daily candle, in my opinion, always get confused with the time differences here, but no, the daily candle, no, because now we have summertime here in the UK, so UTC is here the time zone. You can see it down here. There is still 1.5 hours left on the 4 hour candle and on the daily candle. So 1.5 hours. This is an important time. The UTC is what it's normally considered relevant for this chart, because you don't get the change in summer and winter time, and because Bitcoin is moving 24 hours. So yeah, we've got 1.5 more hours. If in that time the price pushes higher, maybe there is a way for a reversal in some sort of weird wave pattern, but for now I would say we are coming down lower, especially as the momentum is pushing further down, and especially as we just broke that level. But what I would like to see is a retest here, ideally on the 4 hour, and as I said, there's still 1.5 hours left, and or even here on the, not even on the hourly, we really have seen a retest. Would really like to see that, something where we maybe come down a little bit lower, then clearly retest that and then go down. So this is in this scenario, obviously for me, I know a lot of people will say, you know, why does he want to see that? For me, either way, I'm quite happy if we go down. I've said that throughout. This would actually be my preferred scenario, just because it is faster. Yeah, personally, I'm more in favor of a scenario where we get that sell-off done straight away, because in both scenarios that I have on the chart, and pretty much I have only two, the one where we go down straight away, or first up and then down, in both scenarios we would end down here in this 20 to 29k level. And yeah, I've been saying that since the end of November. The faster it happens, in my opinion, the better. I'm looking really forward to that. I don't need that temporary move up. I think a lot of people would burn their fingers if we moved up first and then came down, because I don't think we are already ready for new all-time highs. So I think, yeah, had we now moved up, maybe we still do, but if we move up here, I think this is not sustainable and we are going to turn around once more. I did explain that in detail in previous videos, but for now I think the downtrend is intact, and I wouldn't be surprised if we now go down to 41.8k, to that 50-day moving average. And if we lose it, so I expect some support there, but when we lose it, or if we lose it, we're going to go down to around 39.5k. In my opinion, that would then be the support of that channel. And maybe then one last check here on the VPVR. Where is the next cluster of support? Yeah, it's around the 50-day moving average. So around 41.7, 42k. Yeah, this is the next cluster of support. And after that, yeah, it is pretty much that 39.5k level, maybe even a little bit lower. Good. That is my view here on Bitcoin. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.